I'm Andrea Giles, and you're listening to the Heal from Infidelity podcast, episode number 98, Negative Expectations. Hello, and welcome to the Heal from Infidelity podcast, where courageous women learn not only to heal from their spouse's betrayal, but to become the boldest, truest, most decisive, and confident versions of themselves ever. If you know there's more for you than the life you're currently living, but don't quite know how to get there, you are in the right place. Stick around to learn how to create a life that will knock your own socks off. Is it possible? It is, and I'm here to show you how. I'm your host, Andrea Giles. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Hello, everybody. I hope this podcast finds you moving along in your life, feeling hopeful, feeling optimistic. Hope you're doing well. I am doing good over here. Little life update. I've got kids back in school. They went back to school, and I don't know if this happens to the rest of you, but several of them got sick right out the gate. So last week I had kids homesick. I had some of my adult children visiting. They all left yesterday. All the kids were back in school yesterday, and all the adults went back to their places. And now it feels a little more calm, a little more settled. So anyway, I'm happy to be here hopping on with you, and let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so today we're going to talk about negative expectations, looking forward and expecting bad outcomes. Okay, I'm reading a book right now that is so good. I love it. It's by an author named Terrence Real. He's a therapist, and it's called Us. And it's all about taking care of each individual to form a healthy us. And one particular chapter has just been riveting to me. I'm pretty sure I've highlighted the whole thing or close to it, made notes on the sides, because it lines up so much with what I believe about infidelity. Just to give you a hint, the name of the chapter is Your Fantasies Have Shattered, Your Real Relationship Begins. That's the chapter name. It's so good. So I'm going to be sharing some of the things he teaches in this chapter, as well as adding in lots of my own take on things in regards to you and my clients and how things tie in. Okay. All right. So what are negative expectations? They are projected assumptions about ourselves in the world and how the world will meet us, what the world will bring to us. Okay. This shows up everywhere. In the workplace, no one will ever actually really appreciate me. Someone else will get that promotion. In the family, they will always see me in this way. So what's the point in trying to change anything? In our marriage, there's so much hurt here. There's so much pain. There's too much to fix. It's probably always going to hurt. It's probably always going to just be hard. Or we'll probably end up divorced anyway. Okay. So where do negative expectations come from? Negative expectations come from carryovers from past experiences, either discord, strife that was too much, too intense to process in the time, too traumatic, or from discord that was left routinely unrepaired. It was just kind of swept under the rug. It may have ended with blaming, shaming. If you wouldn't have done this, I wouldn't have done this. No resolution. Okay. Another area expectations show up is when we hear popular things in our culture that sound really nice or from sources that we respect and buy into. For example, a buzzword right now in the therapy world is to be attuned to your partner or to your child. Okay. We're taught to seek harmony, peace, calm. That is the golden standard. You may be one of the couples that was so shocked at your spouse's infidelity because you thought we never even fought. I thought we were okay. We didn't fight. We generally were good friends. So because we never fought, we assumed that all was well, even if something inside us maybe knew that we are missing something deeper, desiring more. If we look at our past relationships and see either that we seemed attuned, like that there wasn't a lot of fighting, that it seemed pretty calm, We may look to the future and see calm and peace as a problem. Or if we look at our past and see that there was strife, see that there were problems, see that there was contention, we may make it mean that we were exceptionally screwed up. So if the golden standard is this really high attunement, just so peaceful and zen, then if we're looking at our past and going, it was nothing like that, we may think that there was something seriously wrong and that we're just too far gone, right? It's too messy to fix, too contentious, rather than understanding this truth. This truth is that strife is actually part of what helps us grow. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. All right, let's talk about kids for a minute. In the parenting world, we are taught to tune into our kids, to know what's going on with them at all times. While I see the merit in this, it does not leave a whole lot of room for error. And sometimes it does not leave a lot of room for autonomy for the children. Sometimes we're not going to be tuned in. We'll be too centered in ourselves, with ourselves and our own problems. And then we might feel guilty for that. Okay. And then what do? If we feel guilty, sometimes we overcorrect by trying too hard, and then we feed this vicious cycle. All right. So what is a healthy way to engage with the world, to relate to the world, and not bring our old baggage, our old faulty beliefs into the future? How can we create positive expectations? Okay. Or let's even shoot for neutral. Neutral is quite a bit better than negative, right? Okay. Just a space of being open. First, I want to look at some science. Okay. There's a psychiatrist named Ed Tronick who has done a lot of work around infant development. And he said this: rather than a sense of helplessness, an infant who has moved through countless moments of error to reconnect develops a hopeful way of interacting with her world. She has made a specific meaning of her experience one of optimistic expectation, which gives her a sense of resiliency. Okay, I'm seeing this right now in real life, in real time, in my own home with my baby. Okay, so I have a baby. She's 9 months old. And right now we are working with her with some sleep training. Okay, so I'm a nursing mom. I've always loved nursing my babies. And she really likes to nurse to fall asleep. And she has been very resistant to going to sleep if she's not nursed first. And you can imagine 9 months in, it's got me pretty worn out. It's hard. It's hard for my nanny that comes and watches her at my house while I'm working. It's been tricky. She wakes up at night expecting to nurse, even if she's not hungry. There's some nights where she wakes up a lot because she's got this thing that she really likes, right? Can you blame her? So we are trying to help my little baby girl lay down without needing to be nursed first. And as you can imagine, she's not a big fan yet. And so what we're doing is we are establishing other habits, like she loves taking a bath, like putting her in the tub and then nursing, and then reading a book and singing a song and saying a prayer and then laying her down. And at first she was not happy. And so what we did to make sure that she knows, even though she's uncomfortable, she knows that we're still close, is either sitting with her. We've done that, sitting right next to her, or coming back in after just a few minutes to just touch her, make sure she knows that we're close by. And if she's really, really in duress, going and getting her, picking her up, snuggling her, right? And you know what? It's getting better, and she's doing better, and she's going to sleep easier and things like that. She is learning some resiliency. She's learning that she can do this thing at 9 months, that she can learn how to soothe herself and calm herself. And she knows that we are right there. Like there's never been a time in her 9 months of life that we've just like put her in there and like locked the door and thrown away the key. Like, good luck, kid. Like that's not at all my style of parenting, but I am letting her feel some discomfort and letting her know that that we're still connected, that I'm still close. Right. And that she can grow, that she can develop this resiliency. Infants are extremely resilient. Okay. there's something really, really important that is happening for her and her development that sometime along the way of childhood, hopefully you learn, but many of us did not. And that is harmony, disharmony, repair. Okay. So you've got harmony. That's like the attunement that we all seek. That's the beginning of a relationship. Like when you're dating, when you first start dating, there's harmony. And for many of us, when disharmony rears its head, we may go to a place of, I must have made a mistake. This is way too hard. I had no idea that this was going on, especially the disharmony of infidelity, right? It's like everything blew up that we thought was a certain way. And the back end of that, though, is repair. Okay. Repair. And that's something that many of us did not learn growing up. Many of us learned that if there are issues in the family, we don't talk about it. We don't share our feelings. We stuff it. We pull up the rug and sweep it all under. We move forward. We don't complain. We just carry on, soldier on, right? Okay. So if you're listening to this podcast, you are likely in the throes of either disharmony or repair. Okay. Maybe you are projecting negative expectations into the future because there were many things that did not get repaired before the infidelity. And in your mind, those are the things that led to the infidelity. So I want to give you a different way of looking at it. If infidelity is the ultimate rupture, the ultimate disharmony that either draws you both into repair or out of a disharmonious relationship, okay, into repair or out of this relationship and into harmony with yourself. Let me make that a little more clear. Okay. So either it can be that this disharmony can push you both forward like nothing else can into true repair, true resolution, or this harmony, this blowing up of your marriage can push you out of this disharmonious relationship, but can lead you into a relationship with yourself that is repaired. Oh, can't think of a better thing. Okay. What if this is the thing that blew up the marriage enough to really see what needs healing, what needs mending, what needs attending to, that needs repair? What if there's nothing else that could shake things up enough to build the necessary ingredients to move forward? Like the baby, one of those ingredients is resiliency. Okay. That may be really uncomfortable. That it may be uncomfortable not to be responded to in a way that you want to. Okay. Just like the baby, a healthily attached child may fuss a little bit when their parents walk away, but they learn how to soothe themselves. They learn that they are not forgotten. They learn that this person is coming back and they gain resilience. Okay. They're building a general trust with the world that they are cared for and someone will come for them. Like children, our relationships can develop the same resiliency. Okay. Terrence Real says this: resilience originates not in the absence of disharmony and discord, but in its survival in you as a pair. You experience disharmony, mismatch, and failures in attunement as disruptions in the relational field, but not as unbreachable ruptions. Okay. Yes, they are disharmonious. There's a mismatch. There's failures. Okay. But it might not necessarily be an unbreachable rupture. And resilience is something that rises from the ashes here. Like if we can withstand this, we got it. We can take on the world, right? What this means to me is that as unsettling and painful to a marriage infidelity can be, what matters more than anything is the willingness of the partners to want to repair, the desire to come together, even if it's messy and hard. Okay, so what is it that needs to be repaired? Right now, you probably don't feel very safe. Okay, it's all about safety within yourself, safety within the relationship. For people to really feel like they can show up and be themselves, they need what is called distance regulation. This is what Terrence Real says about it. You will not wall off and abandon me, nor will you intrude and try to control me. Okay. Another therapist named Stephen Porges says that feeling safety in another person with whom we interact consists of two important qualities: the absence of an agenda and the absence of judgment. I will neither intrude nor disappear. Okay, so one question I get a lot is, what should I be working on? What should I be doing? I answer that we first need to be working with ourselves, understanding what is going on for us before we can fully invest in the relationship. We can't really lean in and expect this person to make us safe if we don't know how to first help ourselves feel safe. It's giving the job to them, when really learning how to do this yourself is so much more powerful. That said, we can help each other through this process. It's called co-regulating. If your spouse, for example, seems like he's trying to control your healing by telling you, you need to move past it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. We've talked about it all. You need to move on. He's coming into your lane, and you can help regulate the relationship by telling him directly, or her, that he or she is trying to control your healing and needs to back off. Okay. And vice versa. If we are acting because someone told us to, it is never as powerful as when someone acts on their own accord because they want to. As much as we may want to control our spouse's recovery, this will not heal the relationship or bring you into a space of healthy give and take. And it will not create a real safety, which you both need to truly move forward. Okay. Sometimes in the process, one person will want to back away or disappear into their own pain or shame, etc. The other partner does not need to solve this for them, does not need to be panicked and anxious, but can help co-regulate the relationship by calling them back in. Hey, don't disappear from me. Stay with me here. What's going on for you that makes you want to disappear? These are all questions that can help move things forward and strengthen each individual as they grow stronger in addressing things head on. Okay. So as you move forward into either repair, for those of you who are seeking this with the person you're with, in the words of Terrence Real again, what renders a relationship bad or good is not the depths of disharmony, but the presence or absence of repair. I'm going to say it one more time. What renders a relationship bad or good is not the depths of disharmony, but the presence or absence of repair. I think that's so powerful. It doesn't matter how crappy it is. It doesn't matter how much hurt there is. It doesn't matter how much dysfunction. What matters is, are you both willing to be in repair mode? And let's dive in. Let's roll up our sleeves. Let's get dirty. Let's feel it. Let's go all in. As you look to the future, take stock of the past. Okay. Did you learn how to repair before the infidelity? My guess is many of you will say no. Things were swept under the rug, pushed away. And because they were not resolved, often resentments were formed. Okay. So what I want you to do is to practice leaning into this repair. Lean into saying what is true for you. Lean into not being controlled, not running away, staying present. Okay. Your past does not determine your future. What you do now today does. People are very resilient, and relationships are too. Okay. For those of you listening who did not get a choice or who are choosing to leave, you're developing this resilience and repair within yourself. You're learning these same skills that you can take with you with a partner who wants to learn with you, who wants to develop these habits of harmony, disharmony, and repair. Okay. There is hope and light ahead of you as well. Okay. That's what I have for you today. I hope that you found this helpful. If you would, if you've thought about leaving a review on my podcast, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It matters a lot. It matters where my podcast is placed when people search for it. It matters who listens to it when they go and see if this is a valid podcast. So if you could do that, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right. Take care, my friends. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank you for listening to the Heal from Infidelity podcast. If you would like to be kept in the know about upcoming free classes, new podcast episodes, and other ways of working with me, go subscribe to my weekly email. You can subscribe at andreagiles.com/lies-about-infidelity/. Again, it's andreagiles.com/lies-about-infidelity/. I will see you next time.